Hi class, let's take a look at problem 6. Now, problem 6 looks messy, but all they want us to really do is take into account that on a right triangle, this is always true. Now, and we know that you have a right triangle because of the 90-degree angle here, which is expressed by the square inside of the right triangle. The lengths A and B, you can put them in any part. And what the Pythagorean Theorem says is that, well, technically this has to be our 90 degree. So this will automatically be C. You can label this one as A and this one as B. Now, to find the length X, we would actually have to use, in this case, I'm going to be using this formula. But if you were to label this one as A and B, then you would be using that formula above. So in this case, the values of B is equal to the square root of technically C squared minus the values of A squared. And we're using C as the 14 centimeters. And then the length A as the 8 centimeters. So length B is going to be equivalent to the square root of 14 squared minus the values of 8 squared. And B is equal to 14 squared. It's 196. So 196 minus the values of 64. Which is going to give us 132. So let me double check. 196 minus 64. We're going to get 100. So B is equal to the square root of 132. Now they do want us to evaluate it with the calculator, except that before we go down that route, we have to provide it as an exact answer. And 132 is divisible by 4. So if you divide the values of 132, you're going to end up with, let's see, 3. And this is going to be a 12. Subtract, and you're going to get another 12. And then minus the 12. So this will give us a 0 remainder. Let me just double check that. So after the subtraction here, you're going to get a 1 and you drop the 2. And after this subtraction, we're going to get a remainder. So let me just rewrite this one. So the values of B is equal to the square root of 4 times the values of 33. And then this allows us to take out the square root. So the exact answer, so B is equal to 2 square root of 33. And then if you evaluate this in the calculator, so please take a second and evaluate it. In your calculator, you could actually punch it in exactly as it stands here or in this format. Let me pull out the calculator so you can see the evaluation. Okay, so in this case, let me evaluate the square root of 132 so we can find a decimal, and we're getting 11.48. They want 3 decimal places, so 489. So B, it's approximately, it was 11.489, and let me just double check, 48.9 to 3 decimal places. Okay, so in this particular problem, let me just express this with a sentence that the length X is equal to B, which is equal to 2 square root of 33 centimeters which is approximately 11.489, once again, centimeters as well. And that's actually it for problem 6. There will be another module where we talk about square roots and how to simplify them further. For this one, this is pretty much it. Let's move on to problem 7. And on problem 7, they want us to find the circumference of a circle with a radius of 32. So in this case, r is equal to 32. That means that c is equal to 2 pi times r, which is equal to 2 pi times 32, or 2 times 32, that's going to be a 64 pi. And let me see. Oh, the units are in centimeters. So 64 pi centimeters that would be the exact answer. Let me evaluate this on the calculator. So 64 times, and they want us to use 3.14. So 3.14, it's going to be approximately so it ended up being approximately 200.96. So 200.96 centimeters. I do want to point out that some of the calculators already have the pi embedded, and that's going to carry that that digit more than just 2 decimals. And some of the problems for the software, they may want you to use the pi digit. So in that case, 64 times the values of pi get activated in this format. And in this case, rounding to 3 decimal places, so it'll be 201. So approximately 201, 0.062. So 0.06 and then a 2 centimeters. And let me just double check. So using the digit does round to 201, 0.61, and then a 2 centimeters. Let me just write it out as a sentence. So the circumference is, in this case, c is equal to 64 pi centimeters, which is approximately, and I'm just going to use the value that they wanted us to use here, 3.14. So that gave us 200.96 centimeters. If they had mentioned use more digits, then the last one where we use the pi symbol would have been perfectly fine, because that carries about 8 to 9 digits as opposed to just 2. That's actually it for this problem. I'll put the other ones on a different video.